Hi, I'm Gábor Nagy, Head of Product and Marketing. Welcome to learn about our products. In this talk, I'm going to introduce the ODMAP Organizational Effectiveness Survey. The survey consists of 30 Likert-type items about the current status of the organization. It has 8 questions about what would improve performance and 12 items about what would improve job satisfaction. The survey also supports adding customized questions, and as you can see, the interface supports both mobile and PC devices. Completing the survey takes around 10 at max 15 minutes. The purpose of ODMAP is helping companies from moving towards a good management level towards excellence. It is for companies that reached already a fair amount of management maturity. You see, when the company is new, when a company is small, it is usually very obvious what the company needs to do. But as the company grows and it reaches a certain level of maturity, it becomes less and less obvious where the development should focus. So when the company reaches certain maturity, there is no firefighting, the house is not burning, but still there are hundreds of things a company could do for improvement. Every company has so many things that can be done. And the question is, where should the company focus its resources to make the greatest impact? And here can ODMAP help by gathering data from the entire organization. ODMAP helps to create clarity, focus, energy and alignment about what to do. One of the philosophies behind ODMAP is action research. What it means is, if you look at this graph, you see the first disk, that's the starting point, and we should start with diagnosis, with research. For example, you are using ODMAP. And then you are going to find certain improvement areas, you are planning some interventions, and you implement those interventions. You complete cycle 1. And after a while, you will start cycle 2. You do a diagnosis research again. You use ODMAP again. The best way is to use it annually. You can evaluate the impact of your interventions, and you will see some other things because the world is changing, the external environment is changing, the internal environment changing. So you will find something new, and then you are going to plan new interventions. You implement them. So you completed cycle 2. And then you don't stop, you are moving to cycle 3. So action research is about a continuous, a never-ending journey to become better and better. The other theory that is included in ODMAP is the employee engagement principle. To compare it with other OD models that you probably know, PEST or SWOT or McKinsey's 7S model, the ODMAP model focuses on the soft factors, on the human factors of organizational effectiveness. The other models usually have to do something with strategy, with finance, and based on measurement is based on KPIs. ODMAP is focusing on the intangibles, on the hard to measure kind of soft factors, human factors, and the data source is gathering views from the employees, from everyone. Compared to many other OD models, it is relatively easy to implement. And it is not replacing a strategic development model. It is completing it. It is bringing in another view, bringing in another part of the puzzle. And you may ask, okay, but are these soft factors important? What are they and what is their importance? Employee engagement, simply said, is a heightened emotional attachment and intellectual commitment to the job and the organization, which means people love their job, they love their company. Engagement can be easily observed with the 3S behavior. Stay. Employees don't intend to leave. They are happy to stay in the company. Say. They have positive opinion about their job and the company. And strive. They put in extra effort. Striving is the critical behavior when people are good corporate citizens. Then they voluntarily put in their effort. They put their heart into their work. They really want to do a good job. They want to make a difference. They go above and beyond. That is which very obviously creates value, but of course the other behaviors also. Why is employee engagement important? The concept of employee engagement emerged quite recently, actually, in 1998, when a statistician, Rucci, worked on some corporate data and discovered that a few items that was in the employee satisfaction survey predict amazingly the financial performance of the coming year, and predicts it better than anything else that he had as data about the organization. Gallup repeated this study with a broad range of organizations, and they confirmed these findings, and that's how the famous Q12 questionnaire of Gallup was formed. Many researchers and consulting companies have repeated the same. They were gathering information, they correlated it with financial performance, and they also confirmed this relationship. And actually, employee engagement is the most important, the most robust concept that links the soft factors, leadership, motivation, team atmosphere, with financial performance. And this is very important because it moves many things that HR, human resources, and leadership does intuitively to a more robust, proven, scientific base. Employee engagement is the logical link between organizational effectiveness and the results. ODMAP uses only 5 items to measure employee engagement. What we are measuring is how engaging is the organization. So ODMAP is not about the employees per se. It is about the organization. The practices of the organization, do they foster the climate that engages people? And an engaging organization will create, as a system, engaged employees who will create great results. And this logic has been proven again and again by many studies. So focusing on employee engagement helps companies to improve their financial performance. And the best thing, that is also very beneficial for employees. In an engaging organization, employees experience more achievement and they do more learning. They experience more the feelings of joy, passion, and pride. They have higher job satisfaction. And when the company does better, it can provide them more rewards and benefits. So it's a win-win situation. ODMAP is a modern engagement survey. It is utilizing the results of many companies and many previous attempts. John Gibbons made a famous comparison of 12 engagement surveys and the practices of consulting companies about engagement. This famous meta-study crystallized the concepts and summarized the best practices and the most important drivers of employee engagement across the board globally. ODMAP is built on these results and built on modern concept to have a shorter, streamlined questionnaire, and also advanced IT functions. With ODMAP, you can model the organization, and you can slice and dice the data along all organization parameters to create segment reports for any cohorts, business unit, department, job level, and so on. ODMAP supports benchmarking. You can compare any department to, for example, the total average of the company. You can compare results to last year's results and so on. ODMAP supports custom items and supports the upload of demographic data. So this means that, for example, if you want to tag employee groups along, let's say, business unit or department or job level, then one way to do it is ask people to put this information when they fill in the questionnaire. But this is extra work, and this is also an opportunity for mistakes. With ODMAP, you can make life easy for everyone by uploading all this demographic data. In the same time, maintaining very high level of privacy, because there are no individual results. It is impossible to export or get out the responses of any individual, and the personal information is actually deleted at the very moment when people complete the survey, because we don't need it anymore. So personal information is deleted automatically very early, and after you complete the survey, you can anonymize the data, so to delete all personal information for everyone, for those people who haven't completed the survey yet. And ODMAP also has advanced data mining function for finding insights. In large organizations where you have many business units, departments, many job levels and demographics, for example, genders or whatever you have to track based on the local laws, ethnic backgrounds, or generations, or seniority in the company, ODMAP can automatically create all segments, all combinations of these attributes, and can help you to find the demographics that are most interesting, which have the highest engagement and the lowest engagement scores. After data gathered, you can generate reports for the entire organization and for any subunits, BUs, departments, job levels. Here, for example, in this example, we generated a report for the middle managers of the company. I'm just introducing here the key features of the report. The reports are using the traffic light system to show the response distribution. So for example, overall score shows how many people in this data set to all questions responded positively, responded neutrally, and responded critically. And in this case, 69% of the people for all questions responded positively. The little arrow on the right shows the comparison to the benchmark. The benchmark is always defined, you can see. In this case, the benchmark was the company total average. And you see that the middle managers are 6% more positively responded than the total average. The dimension summary shows the main themes, the main topics of our questionnaire: employee engagement, trust in the senior leadership, talent management practices, supervisory leadership, collaboration, how people work together, the job itself, some attributes about the job, and management excellence, about the management practices in the company. On the right, you see some examples about the specific questions under each topic. As with all such surveys, the best is to look at the results on the item level, on the question level. That gives you the most clear direction. That is the most actionable result. So you can see, for example, the engagement items. Item number 1, I truly enjoy my day-to-day work activities. 81% of people in this segment responded to this item positively, which is 23% higher than the benchmark, which is in this case the total average of the company. So the middle managers are enjoying their work more than the company in general. And then we see the factors that are driving the employee engagement. So first, trust in leadership, item number 6. The communication of the top management is open, transparent, and authentic. 78% of the middle managers responded to this item positively. And interestingly, item number 8, employees are treated fairly regardless of their background. Only 52% responded positively, with 27% responded negatively. So this is a very significant result. This shows that there is something here, and the next step would be use more targeted consulting to interview the middle managers who are in this cohort. And actually ODMAP can find the segment that is the least happy about this, so we will have more direction to go. And then an extra step could be for exact diagnosis of this issue. Another feature is the most powerful drivers of employee engagement report page. Here we see the correlation of every item with employee engagement. So this shows which would be the items that would drive employee engagement the highest. So if you make a positive change around those items, you can expect the greatest impact, the greatest improvement in employee engagement. And the item number 25 in this segment has the highest correlation figure, 0.79. It's pretty high. So it means that for the mid-managers, the work processes are very important considering their engagement. And if improvement can be done, that would bring in very likely positive impact for them. It's interesting to note that the most powerful drivers of employee engagement are usually different per company. They may differ per department, per employee segment. So whenever you go to a presentation or you read an article, the top 5 things improving employee engagement, basically you can be sure that this is wasting your time, because it's been identified already pretty much scientifically what are the factors that drive employee engagement across the board. For example, we have 30 standard items for these. So they are 30, not 5 or 8 or 10. And second is, what is the top priority in your company, in your department? Nobody knows unless you measure it. And the ODMAP report helps analysis by showing focus items. What are the items that are the highest compared to the benchmark, and what are the lowest scoring items compared to the benchmark. Or here on the left you see what are the items with the highest scores and the lower score. So this is not compared to the benchmark, this is just to each other. Where are the strengths in this segment and where may be the improvement opportunities. So when you say lower scores, a low score with high R value, with high correlation to employee engagement, definitely good topics. So for example, I think we have the right people in the right jobs, Here, the score is only 57%, so only 57% of mid-managers agree with this statement. So probably hiring processes, assessments in the company, evaluations would be a topic to look deeper into and improve. Or look at item number 18. We have excellent cross-functional cooperation. Only 50% of mid-managers agree with this item. That's significant. And the correlation value is also very high. And that's a kind of low-hanging fruit. And on the right, you see an example for what would increase job satisfaction for the middle managers. In this section of the report, people can select from the 12 options 1, 2, or 3 items. They can cast their votes, so to speak. And here we show statistics, and in this case, 16% of the votes came to having a long-term individual development plan provided by the organization. That's what middle managers mostly want. I'd like to share a few points about implementation. There are 3 principles, or there are 3 preconditions of the successful implementation. 1, the top managers are really on board. They want this project. They want to make it happen. They genuinely want to use this opportunity to improve the organization. 2, the communication strategy, and to make sure that there is sufficient communication about the project in the organization. And 3, to make sure that there are follow-up actions about the results, so not just measuring for the sake of measuring, but people can experience that the survey, their views made a difference, and there's action, there's improvement going on. And now let's see the steps of implementation. So definitely this project has to be planned and prepared. You need to know before the implementation about customized attributes, how you are going to tag the data, what kind of segments do you want to create reports about, and customized questions. Customized questions should relate to the current status of the company, strategic projects going on in the company, strategic challenges, previous programs and interventions when we want to measure their effectiveness. And the communication strategy and steps of communication have to be planned just as the steps of the project. The survey implementation itself is very easy. It's important to include an explanation of terminology in the announcement email to make sure that people understand when the survey says organization or our organization, what is the exact organization this is referring to, top management, what does it refer to, and direct supervisor in the term, whom does it refer to. So this, because every company's names and how you call these roles can be different, so this has to be explained a little bit, and then the rest the system will take care. So the system sends out automatically links, gathers the data, and you can just get to generate the reports. Best practice is not only sending the report to the management team, but to have a meeting or a virtual meeting to present the results. This gives a great opportunity to ask questions, Q&A, because the managers understand much more about their organization, especially when it's a management team. Everybody sees a part of the organization, and together with the survey, they can put the puzzle much better together. And also the consultant can ask questions, and they can the company can learn about these questions. It can increase their self-awareness, and also the management team can ask the consultant if they have any question about the questionnaire itself. Then this is also a great opportunity to help the company maybe about planning improvement steps. Because in some improvement steps, the best is to involve consultants and trainers. An improvement action could be, for example, some changes in internal communication. For example, one company decided to set up a big dashboard in the middle of their lobby, so everybody is always up to date how the different teams are working, what is the progress of the work. Or setting up some cross-functional teams to work on some processes. Or the improvement action maybe could be like some update of the performance management system or some workshops. And it is very important to plan the feedback to employees. And the most important step, of course, I cannot emphasize this enough, is taking action, is doing something with the result. That is the most important purpose. That's what generates the ROI. That's what makes the organization a more effective organization, and that's what increases the employee engagement. And then you can repeat the project annually, make another cycle, getting better and better each time, applying the survey, working with the results, as the organization also is getting more and more effective. We will provide you a survey announcement email template, and our consultants will be with you at every step of the process. I want to thank you for your attention. Please do contact us for sample reports and more information. And I wish you a lot of success with your ODMAP projects. Thank you.